We're joined here in the postgame interview. Western Washington Vikings, a 94-92 GNAC victory over Alaska Fairbanks. Head coach Tony Dominguez, junior forward Jalen Green, junior guard Daniel Hornbuckle. Coach, talk about this back and forth game. A lot of momentum swings, and you guys came up with a big W in GNAC play.
Crazy. Proud of our guys, how they performed in an odd situation. We love those close games. But no, they did a phenomenal job. I know, a great example, and the reason we're having Jalen here is, Jalen's a leader offensively and rebounding, and tonight his stats weren't where they normally are, but he had some amazing defensive stops at the end that really was a catalyst for us winning the game. So great job. And then kind of a unique situation with Daniel, who's from Fairbanks, started his career at Fairbanks, and no ill will, just I know that he had some mixed emotions about it, and so it was kind of fun to see him perform the way he did. So it was a fun night.
Jalen, big three-pointer to tie it up late in the game, but also got to ask you to block on Coleman Sparling. Sent that right back where it came from, but you had a big defensive night, like Coach said. What was it like to contribute on both ends of the floor?
I'm just hoping to contribute in the best way possible wherever I can, because I wasn't really as big a part of offense as I am usually, so I just wanted to make up for it everywhere I could defensively and getting the ball in the right places and on the glass.
Daniel, you got hot again there, late second half, back-to-back three-pointers, but and then you had a big game in the second half of the free throw line. Just talk about the ebb and flow of the game and coming out with a big victory in GNAC play.
For me personally, I can't lie about it. I for sure was a little anxious, a little nervous just coming into it. Kind of like, not really the whole week, but for sure a couple of days leading up into it, just because you always kind of had that kind of game scheduled as soon as I signed with Western last year or during the COVID year. So, didn't really start off real hot. I think I missed a layup to start it off, and then missed 2 free throws on technical free throws. So hopefully they don't let me shoot the technical free throws anymore. But I got great teammates and great coaches that told me, just keep playing, keep doing what I do, and told me just keep shooting. And I was, thankful and blessed that those were able to fall.
The resolve of this team, you guys started the year 2 one-point losses, and then it bounced back, and to now have the 2-point win, the win over Lindenwood in Vegas by 2 points. You guys are finding out ways to win at the end of games. Mm-hmm. How proud are you? Because if you mentioned early in the season, it can go either way, and how proud are you that these guys?
The adversity is basketball team adversity that a lot of teams are dealing with. But we didn't play a season last year. We've had an interesting start as far as just injuries at random times. I mean, Jalen is excited before the game at Simon Fraser and tweaks his knee
in the Texas game,
whatever it was. But it was just random. So we've had some random adversity that I wouldn't say is just monstrous, but it's definitely it's hard to get in a rhythm, right? We had played Lubbock Christian, who's the ranked #1 in the country. We were leading them most of the game and ended up losing in the final minutes. And so it kind of showed us that we have the ability to play at that level. So to be able to pull out a tough game like this, where we haven't played in 3 weeks, etc. It's fun.
Every night in the GNAC's a battle. A lot of parity, a lot of great players.
Yeah.
Defensively, now you feel you guys. Shabazz had 30 points, but you guys played him tough. I mean, you guys made him difficult shots.
But we're a good defensive team. I think when a team's getting a rhythm, and obviously he's a phenomenal player, it's hard to defend that because he's getting calls going to the basket. So it's you trying to pick your poison on what you want to allow him to shoot. But I do think that our defense can be very, very good for us moving forward.
All 5 starters in double figures. D'Angelo Menace really started out hot. Looking at the scoreboard, he had 19 points, 6 assists, 2 steals, only 2 turnovers. Yeah. Quite a performance for your point guard.
Well, he's been in somewhat of a slump for D'Angelo Menace, and so he was really resolved this week in practice. I shouldn't say never, but he had a great week of practice. And so to be able to realize that in the game was gratifying, because he's working really hard to show that he's a talented player. And it's not showing to the world, just to perform well for our team so we can get wins. And so it was great tonight to see him do that on the court.
Back on the road next week. Seems like a similar story. St. Martin's,
hopefully.
Western Oregon. You never know what's going to happen these days, but another chance to just prove yourself to go on the road in this GNAC and play some good teams.
Yeah, our league's really good, but we'll do our best.
Great. Congratulations on the victory tonight over Alaska Fairbanks.
Thank you.
See you again in Carver Gym in 2 weeks.
All right, appreciate it.
Sounds good.